Aries, hi. So this is going to be a reading for February 24th through March 2nd. And I'll do the reading for you and then I'll close it off with a oracle card. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Aries. All right, the overall energy for the reading, the Seven of Cups. There's some choices you may need to make here from the looks of it. Okay, we'll see. In the recent past, the King of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Cups. Like you're in a position of, you're in charge of your own life there, basically, and you seem to be knowing what you're doing. You seem to be having clarity. You seem to be coming from a place of putting yourself first, so you're doing great there. You seem to be upset, though, about something. You're like, okay, I got everything in place. I know exactly what to do. Let's keep going like this, and everything's great, but... and I don't know why. Maybe something else is upsetting you. Hopefully not you being in that position, because you're good. Now, in the current situation, the Hierophant, the Five of Pentacles, the Justice card. There's a loss somewhere, but it's not the typical loss of, oh, you're losing something or someone. It's a different type of a loss. It's almost like if this was your structure, this here, you would lose maybe or change something in this little corner here of that structure. Just a tiny little bit. And you're working on that. You know what I mean? So it's either you're removing something from a particular energy you're working with, or just changing it altogether completely. Felix is making the sweetest little noises. I think he's dreaming, and he's the one that usually when he's asleep, he makes these noises. Like at some point we thought it was an alarm outside, but no, it was Felix dreaming. I don't know what's going on in his dreams there, but sometimes I want to be a part of that. But anyways, so that's where, so you're kind of, I think that's where the choices apply, because I feel like you're in that place of maybe working on something in particular that has to do with you, and I think your stability. Maybe there's a connection involved in there. I can't tell exactly yet. But anyways, in the immediate future, the Sun, the Five of Swords, the Two of Pentacles. Oh, you're getting a little lost here. Lost meaning you're missing the point to something. Where the point of it is right there in front of you, and for some reason you complicate things to such extent that you're missing the point of something. And I don't know exactly what it is yet, but let's clarify. Let's do the Seven of Cups. Holy crap. The Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the Tower. Yeah, this is definitely a restructuring type of an energy in which it's not the whole concept of whatever you're working on that's restructuring. It's just parts of it. But parts of it, restructuring, is going to make the bigger picture look like, oh my God. Like, whatever's going on here and whatever you're putting into play, I feel like it's going to surprise the hell out of you, because it's looking good. It's looking like if you're coming from that clear-ass energy right there, that means you're making quite the right choices for whatever this is. You may feel like you're lost at times, like you don't know what you're doing, but it looks good to me. Let me see the King of Swords in the recent past. The Seven of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Nine of Cups. All right. Yeah, even though you're making quite the practical decisions there and choices in the past there, at least, it looks like you're also going with what you feel as well. So on the surface, it looks to me like if I were to look at you, I would be like, very practical decisions, very nice, but At the same time, I would get a feel of, but it feels right to them too. You know what I mean? So that's where you're coming from there. And I feel like you're under the same energy. What the hell is upsetting you then? Let's do the Queen of Pentacles. There's a connection involved in there somewhere. And something tied up to that connection is upsetting you. For the Queen of Pentacles, you get the Seven of Swords, the Four of Wands, the Eight of Cups. So remember that energy of putting yourself first? I feel like you missed it a few times in there when it came to potentially a marriage there for some of you, but definitely a commitment to someone. And it was there all along, that energy of, hey, how about you make decisions from this angle of caring about yourself as well and your well-being. And you missed that. You didn't do that for quite a few times. Enough so that at some point you end up resenting the whole concept of whatever that connection is, you know? Because that's usually how it goes. So of course you're going to be upset. So initially you choose right. Everything feels great. And then I see you completely missing this part of, let me think about my own well-being too, you know, which of course you didn't do intentional, because it's like, well, if you didn't think about your own well-being, you thought about theirs, but you thought about theirs for too long, to the point of ending up potentially resenting them, or just not really being okay with whatever was unfolding there. For the Four of Cups, you get the Lovers, the Justice card, the Three of Swords. Yeah. And that's the same thing that I said, just explained at a more deeper level, in terms of you feel like there's a deep connection here, like everything's, you know, from a soul to soul perspective, it's freaking amazing. On the surface, it looks like crap though. And it all starts looking not that nice and feeling not that nice. Again, when somebody's putting themselves to the side. And I feel like that somebody is you. Let me see the Hierophant in the current situation. The Ten of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Hermit. I kind of get the sense that whatever that is still around, or you're healing from that, even if it's not still around in the physical. There's a lot of healing at play as we speak, and it all started from somewhere over there. If it applies to that situation in the sense of, is this like work in progress type of a connection at this moment in time? Is it still here at all? I can't tell for sure, but I do know that that's the source of whatever healing you're doing now. So that actually helped you see a whole lot of things that you're now healing. For the Five of Pentacles, you get the Five of Wands, the Seven of Wands, the King of Wands. Huh. You seem to not be accepting that situation as a loss, as a failure, as a, I lost at that game. And again, I don't know if you did or not. And I don't know if the situation was lost altogether. I have no idea. But even if it was, you would take it as a failure. I don't know if it's a failure. If anything, it's a lesson, you know, that showed up for you to learn from. Not necessarily a failure, but like if you view it from the perception of a failure, you're refusing to take it as a failure. And okay, but through that, you also have to find somehow an acceptance over the fact that maybe that situation is not here anymore, if it's not, you know. That doesn't mean you failed at it. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a little bit of struggle here in how to interpret that whole situation for you. For the Justice card in the current situation, you get the Ten of Cups, the Hangman, the Five of Pentacles. That's the acceptance part. You're kind of bouncing in between the two. You know, one day you're accepting, you're like, yeah, it is what it is, type of thing. But it also taught me a lot of lessons, so I'm appreciative of it. And, quite the opposite of I failed at this. And then there's days in which, oh my God, I'm so dumb and I'm so this and I'm so that and I suck at life, type of thing. And it's like, so there is acceptance, just not full acceptance yet. Okay. Why are you struggling here? It's the fear of failure. That's what's messing with you here. But to that, how you can probably try to work through that fear is just a matter of perception. Because are you actually failing at something when you're going through experiences like that? Or, like what in there is telling you that you're failing? Because this has got to be a limiting belief somewhere where you're bound to fail. That's your belief. That's what your belief tells you. For the sun in the immediate future, you get the Empress, the Three of Wands, the Page of Wands. Okay. You look fresh here. You look like you're coming out of this inner conflict. And you're feeling a whole lot better. And you're kind of giving me a sense of, no matter how long I have to wait for happiness to fall into place here, especially tied up to a particular someone, which could be the same individual or a different. I think it's the same, actually. You're kind of giving me a sense of, you've worked through whatever this is, and you're coming at the end of it with that fresh type of perception over things. Like I'm okay with waiting for things to heal, for things to fall into place here. Okay. For the Five of Swords, you get the Nine of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles. I see you putting effort into something, but it's not a lot. It's not a lot of effort, and that stresses the hell out of you because I feel like you want to put more effort into that, but at this moment in time, it doesn't seem to be a lot. But that's why this energy is coming through as being deceptive, because it's like, well, if you want to put some more effort into it, put some more effort into it, right? But you're not. For some reason, I don't know. You may find all sorts of excuses for it. Well, I gotta work a lot, or I gotta... Well, then do you really want this, whatever this is, as much as you say you do? Boys, stop dreaming and scaring me. Now Kai is moving behind me. For the Two of Pentacles in the immediate future, you get the Five of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Five of Swords. There's still some healing to be done over here, because as much as you're showing up here as being like, oh, I'm willing to wait my whole life for this, you're not. You're not. There's still some things popping up to the surface that are preventing you from being in that peaceful, accepting all the way type of way. There's eagerness here. There's, are we done here? Did we heal? Are we ready to go? Let's go. When you're finding yourself in this, you just told me I'm willing to wait. And then, 2 minutes later, it's like, but like for how long? We need to go. We need to go here. That means there's discrepancy. That means that there's still some healing to be done over things here. And then in between, there's this whole, well, I want to invest into something so much, but I'm not going to do much in that direction. So I feel like it's still part of the healing experience over whatever that situation is. And I feel like it's been going on for a minute for you, this whole experience. I don't think it happened just yesterday, whatever that was. And it keeps on bringing new angles to this healing every time for you. Here. Because every time I look at it, it's different. And I'm like, well, that's nice, but that also means that you're not done with this healing experience over whatever that is. From the universe, stop fighting with yourself. What is up with fire signs? They keep on arguing with themselves. It's like, I can't help it. Unfortunately, I know. I'm also fire sign. I know how that goes. From the universe, you get the Five of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Four of Pentacles. You're like, I really want to stop this. But, like, you know, it's fun sometimes. Is it? You keep on going back and forth there over things, you know. Again, just like, you know, in the immediate future here, I'm willing to wait my whole life. Your whole life later, which is 5 minutes later, it's like, okay. Can we pick this up somehow? Like, can somebody do something? Is there a button we can, you know, press on to speed things up here, maybe? So that's the inner conflict that's at play here. And every time, I would say, especially for this one, every time an inner conflict shows up for you, where you find yourself saying something or doing something now, and 5 minutes later you kind of go the opposite of that, check what's going on inside of you, because I feel like that brings up something for you to heal. And again, every time it's something different. You know, like in the current situation, I see clear as daylight fear of failure showing up for you. In the immediate future, I'm not sure what this is. It's your investment into things. Like, if something really means something to you, what are you willing to do for it? And how do you encapsulate that in the concept of time? You know, do you give it time? Do you accept it fully for what it is? Or do you want to rush it? Or, you know, so it's a lot. I'm not gonna lie. But it's not the end of the world. It's handleable. You can handle this for sure. You know? It's a lot at once for some reason. I don't know why. But again, I feel like this is not your first rodeo with this, so you've got a lot of healing energies passing through. You just gotta notice them instead of getting caught up in the, you know, kind of falling off of them and ending up arguing with yourself, basically. But that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.